Hi everyone, it's me, Linda B. Before we get started today, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel grow. And plus, don't forget to watch the video all the way to the end. Okay, let's get going. All right, so today's video is really going to be about Black women for Trump. That's right. As you all know, historically, Black women have been the most Democratic voting bloc, is what I would say. The most loyal Democratic voting bloc still is, but a growing number of Black women are switching over, not just necessarily to the Republican Party, but more so to Donald Trump himself. Let's take a watch.
Not be Trump supporters. So what is it about Trump
You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. I was talking to my husband about it earlier, and when I really started educating myself and informing myself on Donald Trump, one thing that I'm passionate about is human trafficking, that especially of children. And when I really started digging into it, I saw that Trump also is a huge supporter. He donated recently $35 million to support human trafficked survivors. Yep. That really struck a chord with my heart. And so Amazing. When I started really looking into him, I'm about action, I'm not about words. Okay, yes, I like the fact that he says what's on his mind. I like the fact that he doesn't say what he thinks people want to hear from him. And to me, I know everything that he's done for the Black communities, and I stand behind him. Beautiful. 100%. I'm not only a Trump supporter, I am a Trump lover. And for the longest time, I've been afraid to come out and say that.
Well, here we go.
Because I didn't want to lose my Blackness or my Black friends or whatever. But
remember what Joe Biden said, if you vote for Trump.
I voted for Biden. That's probably why Trump lost. I'm one of them 7 million votes that he didn't get. Because I voted. Because I was told I was Black. And I should vote Democrat. So I voted Democrat. I'm not doing that no more. And after I'm witnessing them trying to take down Trump as much as possible to keep him from getting back in that White House, that makes me want to vote for him more and more and more.
Good.
We need somebody in there that's real. Not these puppets like Biden. Biden is a puppet. He get in there and he get in front of that camera and he does what they tell him to do. Trump wasn't going to let them tell him what to do. See, that's why I'm looking back on all this shit now. And I'm not going to...
Okay, as you can see, a lot of Black women are turning over to Donald Trump for obvious reasons. I admit I voted blue last time only because I was believing what the mainstream media said about Donald Trump. But when I started looking further into it, doing my own research, first of all, I started working out, about a couple of years ago. Well, more years ago than that. But at some point I started listening. I don't know how I got into it or how I got onto it, but I started listening to preachers on YouTube. And a lot of them were for Donald Trump. And at the time I was like, what in the world are they thinking? Why are they liking this guy? And as I kept hearing it from various YouTubers, you know how the YouTube algorithm is. So I started looking into it myself, started praying about it, and lo and behold, I was believing the mainstream media. I wasn't believing the truth. So I started finding out because I never really paid attention to the news when Donald Trump was on it. That was my fault. But anyway, well, it's fake news anyway, but it's the right news that you should be looking into. Anyway, he got involved he did the First Step Act, which really released nonviolent criminals. A lot of them were Black. I mean, you heard about the rappers he's released. There's this lady called Angela Stanton King. We're going to see a video on her in just a few moments. Lots of things he's done with the First Step Act, which is what Obama didn't even do. Also, he contributed very heavily to HBCUs. Historically Black colleges and universities, which I attended and graduated from Fort Valley State University. All right, Wildcats. So of course, I'm like, those are good things. And those are things that I would be for. And he did those things. But the media, the mainstream media, not all media is bad, but the mainstream is, and those that lean left, they covered those things up. And whatever he said, they edited and twisted it in such a way that they changed the narrative to what he didn't even really mean. I had to go back and look at the entire videos and not those little CNN clips with their narrative spun around it. But he did that as well. And he was all about border security. We see where the border is right now. And I gotta be honest, black people, we do not need to vote blue, ever, ever. Do your research on the Democratic Party. But anyway, back to Donald Trump. He was labeled a racist, but he doesn't have anything in his past that really shows that that is what he is. I mean, black rappers hung out at his house and things like that. He was on TV shows in the past. This man is not a racist. Anything that's Republican is labeled a racist anyway because the mainstream media is bought out by the Democratic Party. But more and more black men have already gotten the memo that we should definitely support Donald Trump. Now, black women are coming along as well. We're going to see some more videos, and I want you guys to do your own research. And if you know anything else that Donald Trump has done for the black community, aside from what I've already mentioned, please list it in the comments below. Be active in this conversation because finally, after 60 years of voting Democrat, we're finally getting it. It's like we were duped. Even when it came to that audio clip back in 2005, where he said, grab women by their, he actually said, when you are a celebrity, they will let you. Not that he just grabbed women indiscriminately. They probably let him, and I'm not condoning that behavior, but it was something that they let him possibly do. So I'm not condoning that behavior. But based on what he does for the country, laying his personal life aside, but what he does for the country, for all people, we should really rally around this man. And I really believe he will be president in 2024. The Democrats are going to do everything in their power. They're going to pull every trick and scheme that they can think of. And I personally believe, I really believe, the Lord told me this, it will not work. It just won't work. So let's take another video. Look at another video. Her name is Angela Stanton King. Let's take a look.
When it comes to President Donald Trump, I want to say this because a lot of people accuse this man of being a racist. And I just want to say that I met President Donald Trump working on criminal justice reform. I too was one of the ones that said, no, I don't want to go talk to that man. I don't know him. He hates black people. Well, that's what they said. And so they said, well, Angela, he's working on criminal justice reform. You have a story. Many of you may or may not know that I served time in a Georgia state prison. And while I was serving time in that prison, I was pregnant. And when it was time for me to deliver my baby, I was transported to a hospital here in Georgia by a police officer, and I was chained to a bed, and I was forced to give birth to my baby with a sheriff watching for a nonviolent crime. Also separated from my family for a nonviolent crime. But the Democrats said we only supposed to fight for the family separation at the border. They forgot all about the family separation in the border. They want Trump to apologize for the CP5, but they ain't demanded that Joe Biden apologize for the 94 crime bill. But that's something else. I had a story. They told me that this man was a racist, but I had a story, and I knew that if I could use my story to convince this man that there was a need to reform our criminal justice system, then I would do that. I wasn't going to be worried about emotions. I wasn't going to be worried about the media. I wasn't going to worry about the naysayers. I was going to go in with my story and see if I could make a difference. I found myself sitting in front of President Trump in the Oval Office, and I shared my story. This is the man that they told me was a racist. I don't know. I'm scared to death. Is he going to hang me? I don't know. Is he going to call the KKK the way that the media has portrayed it? I'm in the danger zone. Just so happened that he heard my story. Not only did he pass the First Step Act, but he also made it illegal for them to chain women to the bed during their childbirth. This white man that they told me was a racist, they told me he hated black people. So not only did he just sign one of the most historic forms of criminal justice reform legislation to ever hit this nation, overturning the 94 crime bill that massively incarcerated black America, freeing nearly 20,000 people to this day, the First Step Act. I sat in the Oval Office with a lot of criminal justice reform advocates. I saw Kim Kardashian on the front page taking her pictures. I saw Alice Johnson. I saw Louis Reed. I saw Van Jones. I saw Jessica Jackson. I saw, what's her name? Vivica Fox. I saw Isaiah Washington. But I don't see any of them here today. A lot of people want to take a lot of credit for being criminal justice reform experts, criminal justice reform advocates, but to tell the truth, you didn't free nobody, Trump did. Kim Kardashian had the nerve to put up a tweet to say free Gunna. Gunna is a YSL rapper tied to the Young Thug case, charged with RICO, the same DA, the same charges. You put up a tweet and say free a known gangster in Atlanta, Georgia, but you won't put up a tweet and say free President Trump. And the only reason you getting any credit for freeing anybody is because President Donald J. Trump signed the papers. As a criminal justice reform advocate, somebody that's grateful to President Donald Trump for giving me a second chance, giving me an opportunity to run for Congress by clearing my record. Somebody who was completely oblivious to the corruption that happens in Atlanta, Georgia. I just wanted to do something for my community. I refuse to be silent. Not only will I stand for Atlanta, Georgia, not only will I stand for America, not only will I stand for the babies being aborted in the womb, not only will I stand for the mothers that choose life, I'm also going to stand with President Donald Trump.
See, I mean, people are coming around, and it just warms my heart. And y'all, I was so wrong about Donald Trump. I thought he was racist, misogynistic, everything to boot, everything I was fed. But when we're fed something and we don't go do our own research, shame on us. We should definitely do our research. Black women have finally come around. We're supporting him, the most loyal in anything. When it comes to anything, black women seems to be the most loyal. When it comes to dating, whatever it is, we're the last ones to get on the other ship. It always seems to be that way. Y'all tell me why you think that is. Maybe because we were the ones raised in the black family. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I want you guys to tell me what you think about everything that we looked at today. Black women, we have come around, and this one included. I was shocked to learn that everything that the Democrats are doing, that they blame the Republicans for what they're actually doing. You know, when you see someone always saying they're this, they're that, and they continuously are on it very venomously, you got to wonder, is that what you're guilty of? Remember that now. If someone is constantly throwing something at someone, that's what they are. You got a finger pointed at that person. You got 3 pointed back at yourself. Don't ever forget that. All right, guys, that's it for today's videos. You guys be blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps it grow. God bless you to all those who watched it all the way to the end. And remember, today's going to be a great day. You guys be blessed and march on, warriors.